Welcome to Beyond Soup, where I put up all sorts of stuff. Today we have a Sony CDP-CX400, which is a 400 disc CD changer. I'm gonna need to change the belt on this thing, which is the belt for the carousel and the belt for the mechanism that loads the disc. And the reason why I know that is because as soon as I turn it on, it just does that. And it just sounds like there's literally the belt is already gone. So we'll just check that out. It should open, which is fine. But as you can hear it, it's trying to move the carousel, and then it gives you a table error. Okay, so that already is an indicator that the belt is pretty much gone. So let me pause this and I'll show you what it is that we're gonna change. All right, so I've gone ahead and took out the screws on the top, two on the sides, on each side, and then there's one here, and one here, which is that. So I'll go ahead and take the top off and literally pull this up and then pull it out, and then you should expose that area where the belt is. All right, with the top off, you'll notice here that that's it over there. There's the belt that needs to be changed. Basically, it's pretty much broken or melted. So I'll show you this here, kind of, so you can kind of see. There it is. So it'll get a little sticky, so sometimes it's still intact, but if it's sticky, then that means you got to be careful taking it off so you don't leave a mess and goo. So there's one there that you need to replace there, and then over there, as you can see. So this is gonna be a longer task than I thought. That means that I may have to take this board off to even access it. So I gotta figure out and strategize here on how I'm gonna do this, because it makes it easy when it just comes off, and then you can kind of literally just replace it with some nice tools. But this time I might have to take it off, all this stuff off, because I may have to get this, may have to clean it when we take off the old belt, and it feels like that's gonna happen. So I'm gonna have to do the long way, and I'll show you that in a sec. So there's gonna be one screw here, 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 and here, and then this thing will pop up. I believe it should. So that's what I'm gonna try. Okay, in order to remove this whole entire piece, there are two screws here and there, there, and then for the RCA's, there's one in the middle. You take off the optical one as well, and here the control screw, and they're all gold. And then you have to unlatch this wire and then unlatch it here from these. So, and then one last thing is I'm gonna have to cut this in order to loosen it enough for me to even pull this out and up. So that's the process right now that I'm doing to try and access the belts that's in the back. Okay, somewhere there. So I'll keep going. Okay, now that I could lift this up a little bit, again, we've got some of the wires that are holding it in place. I need to get it out of the way. So you just got to really unplug it there, and then take these pretty much these holders and just unlatch them. And then I need to take off one more ribbon cable up there, and they're just ribbon cables, so they're pretty easy to take off and lift off, so it should be fairly easy. All right, was able to take the ribbon cable off of here, so that wasn't hard, but it seems like I gotta also take these off. All you have to do is kind of remember where they're at. They pull pretty easily, so you just pull them out, and then so this will give me, this area would actually open up and give me more space to take this off and then really access the belts. Okay, there you go. I've been able to take that off, this one off from there, this one from right there. So now I can literally lift this piece off or up and then give me some access to the belt now. So I'm just gonna lean it over here like this, and then there's gonna be a screw there. How to focus that? Screw there and right there, and this piece will lift off, and then now I've got complete access to the flywheel and the motor and then the belts. As I can see here, I'm already gonna have some cleaning that I need to do there. So we'll go ahead and take this piece off, and we'll get going. Okay, now that I've got these screws off, it pretty much pulls out like that. Pretty simple. Just pulls out, and then we got access to the belts. All right, cleaning time. That just means we gotta use some tools to pull it out, or at least get it out of inside the wheels. Look at that. It's pretty much goo right there, and that's gonna turn out to goo. So if you do it carefully enough, you'll get most of it off, but if you don't, then you'll leave a nasty mess. So let's see how this goes. All right, the best way to do this is to use like picks like this to, again, try to kind of carefully take it off so it doesn't leave a mess, which I think I don't have a choice but to leave a mess. So you just got to go under it and try to carefully take it off, because it's so difficult to clean this when it's already there. So see how it just pretty much breaks off like that, and you'll need to throw it on a napkin or something like that, or tissue. So be careful not to put it on your clothes, because it'll be even harder to take off on when you have it on your clothes. So anyway, I'm just going to continue to do this. Not going to bore you, and then you'll see it when it's all cleaned up. All right, so there's definitely no shortcut to this mess. As you can see here, that's what I've been able to take off just by scraping it off. Scraping the belt, the old belt that's already pretty much melted, and I'm just digging right through here, and you just got to now wipe it down with some kind of solution, whether it's like a mineral spirit or something that's like a Goo Gone or something that will help you pretty much clean this up and get this off of these wheels, because when you install the new ones, you definitely have to have it clean. All right. Okay, I'm deciding to use some paint thinner. So you just put it on a rag like this, small rags, and then you kind of just wipe it down. And you're gonna have to get through the crevices too as well. But this is what you'll need to do when it gets to the stage of the belt melting on these wheels, and you just have to be patient. So you just got to get it out. All right, here's the result of this thing with the belt all cleaned up. It took about 30 minutes to really try and clean it up. I use paint thinner. It breaks down the belt and the tar, and then as you can see, I used little rags and some Q-tips. Really got in there and just kind of spun it so it comes off with the material. Anyway, it's time to put on the belt. And here are my two belts here. They're the same size, and kind of hard to do this with one hand, but you have to get the proper size. Basically, you do this and you stretch it to where you can kind of see that it's like almost like 3 inches there. You can find this online. Some people are selling it specific, so because it is accessible, it's really easy to put on, or else you would need like a tool like as you can see here. I can just do it with one hand. There you go. These are square belts, okay? Square belts. You can see it's square. There you go. And then again, really accessible. Or you can use like needle nose like this, and then so you can grab it and kind of put it in place like that. But since I can access it, I can I'll do it with bare hands, or nah, I can't do it with one hand. So basically, again, kind of just put it in place here. You get the idea, and then you're ready to go. Okay, let me just put this in, then you'll see. There you go. All right, now that I've got it in place, we're good. Now we just have to reverse the process of putting the board back and the ribbon cables connecting them. But that's pretty much it. This side controls this loader right here. Okay, and then this side controls the carousel moving. So as you can see, if I try to move this, see how it's moving around? Okay, that's basically it. All right, so now you've got a really good idea of what that thing is, you know, how to do this. Unfortunately, this was the worst case scenario. A lot of times it's just loose and it's already stretched out, and you can just replace it pretty easily. Otherwise, you have to go through this cleaning process, and it sucks. Yes, it does suck, but it just depends on your situation. All right, I'm gonna put this back and you'll see it in place. All right, putting these wires back in place isn't very difficult, and you can't really make a mistake because they just go one way, and then there's a number of pins on each one, so you can't really mix it up. But you just put these back. I was able to put that back there, and so I'm ready to go and put back the this whole entire board back down. Just make sure you kind of just make sure these ties are kind of holding these wires in place so they don't get in the way. All right, otherwise that's pretty much it. And when I put this back, then we'll try it and test it out. All right, everything's back in place. Real quick disclaimer here, I'm not encouraging you to do this, but this is what I do when I have an issue with an item like this and I am changing the belt. So you can do it if and that's to your discretion, but again, I just wanted to make sure that disclaimer. I don't have any responsibility with what you guys or what happens with your item, but this is what happens with mine, and I was able to change those belts right there. There you go, by taking all that stuff out and then getting access to it. So let's go ahead and turn this on. There it is. I'll go ahead and open this up. Let's load a disc in. It should be facing label facing that way, this side, and then closing that. And you'll notice that there. Uh-oh. I guess it's checking. There you go. Have to spin all the way around. And I guess I didn't put it correctly. There you go. And read the table of content. I should be able to play. Alright, success. That's it. Hope you guys liked that video. I know it was a little long, but it's what needs to get done in order to change the belt on this CDP-CX400 400 disc CD changer. Alright, hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and possibly join the channel. That's Beyond Soup, where I put up all sorts of stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.